To start off, and this is where a ruler would come in handy if you have one. I know that this paper is 9 inches this way by 12 inches this way, and I want to divide it in half. So I'm going to come down, and I know that half of 9 is 4.5. So I'm going to make a little mark here. And then half of 12 is 6. So I'm going to make a mark here. So I'm going to make my up and down line like this. And then my side to side horizontal line like that. And to do this, I want to use my pencil, but I want to make my marks as light as possible. So I'm going to come up here just above your horizontal line and kind of to the left of your vertical line and draw a line down, kind of straight, and then kind of curve it out. And then you're going to do this exact same thing as a mirror image on the other side. And you're going to start curving it out. And that creates the trunk of the tree. Now, when we draw a tree, one of the things that they talk about doing is making Y's and V's. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a branch out this way, and I'm going to draw a branch out the other way, kind of a little bit further over. And if you look at it, it kind of looks at the shape of a Y. So now I'm going to add a V, which is basically I'm going to make a branch. So I'm going to draw a line parallel to this one, so it comes down here, and then I'm going to go up in a V shape. So now you can see I have a V, and I'm going to do the same thing over here on this branch. Okay, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to make a V. Okay, so what you're going to continue to do is you're going to come on this branch and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to draw a line this way, a line that way, and it makes a V or a Y. And then you're going to put a V kind of in the middle, and as you go out from your trunk of your tree, it gets thinner. Think of a tree in real life. If you were to look at a tree, you would see a lot of the shape of the letter Y and the letter V. And so I can keep doing this method until I run out of room. So I have a Y and then a V. And this one I'm going to have to close. And so, but if I wanted to, I could keep just making Y's and V's. And then over here, I'm going to make another V right here. So I'm going to kind of make a line parallel to this one and come down here and make a V, and I'm going to run it parallel to this one. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bigger branches, and then I've got some small ones. And to make those small ones, you just keep kind of going off like into a Y, and then a V. And then you get out here and you take this one and you can make another Y. And I know it's hard probably to see that it's a Y since it's upside down, but it is a Y. Whoops, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. Your Y comes off this point, and then the other part is right here, because your V actually is in the middle. And if you have a different way of drawing your tree and your branches, that is fine. One suggestion I even have, if you have a hard time drawing branches, I have a big hand, but maybe you have a smaller hand. And you can take your hand and you can trace it. And this can become, your wrist can become kind of the trunk of your tree. And then these can become your branches, and then you can just add more off of it. There's no right or wrong way to make a tree. Okay, you see we all have different shapes. I've made this one and it's a different shape. We need some branches down here in the fall and winter. Now, one thing that I want to do, and when I paint, it's not going to be a big difference because all the brown of the tree is going to go together. But if I were just drawing this tree, I would probably erase a little section, and then I would draw a limb going this way. And then again, I'd make a parallel line. And what am I going to do? Make a Y. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make a V. Okay, and again a Y and a V. It's just over and over until you've got some good branches. I'm even going to add another one right here. So I'm going to add kind of a different shape. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing over in the winter, except I think I'm going to start down here and go up, come out like that. Because tree branches have all kinds of wonky shapes if you've ever noticed that. So, okay, and then we're going to make a Y, and you guessed it, we're making a V. Okay, all right, and then if I want to keep going, I'm just going to keep going, and you get thinner the further out. And I feel like I need to have one more off of here. Okay, now that we've got our tree divided into the 4 segments, I'm going to add a few extra things. And the first thing I wanted to add was a tire swing, kind of like on this picture. So for the rope, I just go on this branch here, and I'm just going to add a straight line down, probably about maybe 3 fingers long. And then I'm going to draw a circle. And then inside, I'm going to draw a smaller circle, just like a tire. And then we will paint that black. Okay, and again, before I start with my paint, I want to draw a snowman. And I think a lot of you probably know that we start with a bigger round circle on the bottom. Now, you don't want to go too big, but I'm going to make, actually, I feel like this is just a little too big. So I'm going to fix him, make him a little thinner. Okay, so now I got a little thinner bottom, and then I'm going to go a little bit bigger on the top, and then I'm going to make a head. Now I can tell that I'm going to run out of room for my hat, so I'm going to go ahead and erase these branches right here. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of make him a little smaller. Okay, and now I'm looking at his bottom and it looks like he's too skinny. So let's make him a little wider on the bottom. Okay, all right. All right, so now we've got all of our pencil done. We've got our tree for winter, spring, summer, fall. And we've got our tire swing and our snowman. So now we're ready to paint.